Well, welcome everybody to Sasha and Goff live recorded. I'm Sasha,
And I'm Goff.
and we are back this week with our top three favorite and least favorite olds. That's right, old people or oldsmobiles. Or,
Old.
yeah,
Are
whatever it
we
is.
old? Are we I mean like we're old. Like we know we're old, but I mean like to like other people. Are we old? Mid-40s? Is that old?
I think so. I think if
Yeah.
I get called sir way too often.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
It used to be like every once in a while, and I could handle it, but now it's like people I work with are in their 20s, and they're like
Oh man.
offensive. But yeah, yeah. I don't like no one likes aging though. That's not a thing. Like I know someone who turned 58 today and they were
Okay.
like, I can't believe I'm 58. This is the end. And I feel like every birthday since 22 I've been saying that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. You deal with being old better than I do because you're older than me. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
this
I
this
guess
topic
so.
today, we were talking about old people probably in general. I tried to keep things a list of like over the age of 65. Even though one of mine is not a person over 65, a little
Okay.
teaser right there. But
That's all right.
this person is in a profession where his body's probably like 90. So
Okay.
so
Yeah.
whatever. As always, there's no rules here.
No
uh
rules. No
if you
rules.
have any topics you guys want us to talk about, Sasha and Goff at gmail.com is our email address. Blah blah blah, all the other stuff that goes along with it. Sasha and Goff merch.com. I gotta put something new up there. We gotta get some Valentine's Day shirts or something.
That'd be
That's
great.
so what's going on, man? How you been? What's new in your neck of the nape? We're back here on the meats.
Yeah, what else is new? No, I mean like we've kind of just come to the conclusion that it's like, you know what? When it starts getting pleasant again outside,
Yeah.
yeah, but this is not the long-term solution, we know that. But enough of that. Let me tell you, I had probably the greatest experience ever at the vehicle emissions center today.
Ooh.
So, yes.
Okay.
Okay. This is noteworthy because obviously every government place sucks. We know this, right? Not all of them, but like usually car ones do. So I had to get my emissions done so I could get my vehicle sticker, which is as of 2 days ago was late. So I'm like, oh shit, so it was due in January. So I left work at 2 o'clock today instead of 2:30, so I could head over to the emissions place in Lombard. So I left work at 2 o'clock in the Roselle area, got over to Lombard, got my emissions test, went inside, got my new vehicle sticker, and got back in the car in 22 minutes.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, right?
Shoot.
Yeah, 2 o'clock, and I got back in the car at 2:22. It was
That's actually
fucking
one of my
fantastic.
like things that I miss most of my previous job, where like some days I wouldn't work at all during the day, or if I did, sometimes I worked like 8 a.m. to
Yeah,
noon and then like 5 to 9 p.m. But noon to 5, you're like, yeah, I'm just out and about. Nobody else is there. You can do your stuff and you don't have to wait in a line. Yeah, I miss that. I miss that a lot. Now I'm a white collar criminal or whatever it is, and I have to stand in line
yeah.
with everybody else.
You know what I found though in my years of just like working pretty much every shift, the middle shift, the mid shift, if you will, is the worst one because that's what usually like the 10 to 6:30 or whatever that is. Just because I found that by the time you wake up and you're ready to go, you're not doing anything before work. Why the hell would you? But after work, it's like you don't want to go grocery shopping. A lot of the stores, well, I mean, grocery stores are open late, but any like cool shops and stuff usually close at like 7, so you're kind of effed.
What's a
Um,
cool shop? What does that mean?
I don't know. This is a
You
terrible conversation we're having
you
right now.
no, no, no.
Um,
My side is good.
a cool shop like Hot Topic. I don't know. All right,
That's what
all
you
right.
go
Well,
to.
this is like so. I'm already like on a terrible like storytelling thing here. So I got one more. All right, and this is a
Okay.
dad. A
Hey,
dad.
hey,
What? What?
you're doing okay, bud.
Okay, I know. I'm like
You're doing
stuttering,
just
and it's like,
fine.
Sasha, people aren't gonna listen to us anymore.
It's
No,
gonna be all right.
yeah. So yesterday, I was picking Sadie up from a birthday party. She had like a sleepover at her friend's. So Natalie was with me. We're in the car. We pick Sadie up. We're driving back, and Band I talked about last week, Punk Rock Factory. We were just listening to them. I like putting that on in the car with the girls because it's like like I can because they know the music, so at least they can kind of sing along to it, even though they hate the singer's voice. So does my wife, by the way. But anyway, so I forgot what song was on. It might have been the Parks and Rec theme song, actually, that they cover. So I was like being obnoxious driving, but like having fun, just like we were at a stoplight. And it was literally one of those things where Natalie's just like, Dad, oh my God. And she points like to the car next to us, and it's a husband and wife who are now mocking me. Like they're going nuts, like headbanging and everything. But then I looked over at them and I was like, yeah. And I like smiled, and then they started laughing and like I think they got in on the joke right away that I was basically trying to like embarrass the girls. So they started it was awesome though. But if it was like younger kids, I probably would have been like, yeah, fuck you. Not giving them the finger or whatever. But like I said, it was like a couple, they looked like they were about my age. They might have had even kids in the back, but it was like a Subaru or some kind of like a family SUV. But it was like, hell yeah, that's why we stick together. To
Yeah,
embarrass
no,
my
that's
children.
funny. Yeah, I'm all for like merging with the people in cars next to you, because most people just have road rage and are angry.
Yeah.
I feel like, or they don't want to look at you, or they're afraid of how they're driving. So when you can like make contact with other people and you're like on the same boat, or you ever see a car in front of you that does something stupid, and then you and the car next to you both see it and you like acknowledge that they're morons ahead of you.
I haven't seen that. No,
Yeah,
that's great
that's
though.
quality. That's quality stuff.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, being mocked by children might be tough on the ego. But yeah, people our age, I'm all for it. Subaru, I don't know
Yeah.
about that. Lesbian
Yeah, I
couple, I
don't know.
assume.
No. It was a man and a woman, so it
Oh,
probably
okay.
wasn't a Subaru. Good point. And then, yeah, actually, it was kind of cool. Like, weird though. At work last week, because you know what, I work at a place that has two campuses, and when I don't work at, they were down some people, so they asked if I could go over there and work for the day. So it was nice because Shug works there, so I got to hang with him for the day, and
Nice.
it's weird. Have you ever like I don't know, I guess it's not a common thing, but, like, when you're at work, but you're not at work, because it's like I didn't have any of my tools or anything, like, my boss was like, "Yeah, you can pack up your stuff if you wanna take one of the trucks," and it's like, "No." It's like because 'cause I'm just gonna drive over there and then leave from there. It's like, I don't wanna bring my stuff back. But, yeah, and it's like, this is the place that I had been at for the last 15 years before I
Yeah,
transferred, so
yeah.
it's always fun to go back and see people, but then you're sad when it's just like, "Oh, wait, what happened to da da da?" And it's like, "Yeah, they fired him to," like, right after not that, but I mean, like, when
Okay.
people aren't there, like, because 'cause I've been gone for about just over a year, and,
Yeah.
like, some people have retired and other people have just moved along, and it's just like, "Oh." But, yeah,
I
so,
thought you were
Shug,
gonna
if you're
say like
listening, shout out, buddy.
people died or something, and you're just
No,
like,
no, 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 nothing like that. No, we'll get to that later when we get to our lists.
whoa, there's a tease. Oh,
Yeah,
did you
so
have any dead people in your list?
I've got a lot of dead people in my list. I'm just
See,
like, I
I
actually.
said I gotta be alive in my list
Oh,
because
okay. All right.
uh
They're not all dead, but I mean, like, yeah, I guess maybe we should have gone over that last week. But hey, I said no, no
yeah,
rules.
we do our own lists and our own rules. So it doesn't really
Like,
matter.
I'm actually ranking my top, like muscle cars this week.
Great.
I don't know where that came from.
You
How's
feel
your week going,
you
buddy?
feel very down on yourself today.
Oh, I'm just talking too much. I think I'm just too hyper, and you're just sitting
No
there like,
way.
shut the
No, this
fuck
is
up.
good. You're doing all right, buddy. We're gonna get through this. If we
All
were
right.
next to each other here in this room, we could hold hands and get through it together.
You'll
But we
never
can't do
hold
that.
my hand. I
That's
tried
true.
even
But
giving you a high five or a hug, but all you'll do is this thing with me.
we can
The,
probably
the
like
scissor hand thing.
I'll hold like a stick and then you could hold the other side of the stick.
All
That's
right,
like
that'll work.
pretty close.
I think that's what it is. I just have separation anxiety, even though I did see you 2 days ago.
Speaking of
Yeah.
separation anxiety, let me ask you really quick. Uh is your dog is adopted? Yeah?
Well, I mean, we got her like 10 days or like she was born at my sister-in-law's kennel, and then we got her
Oh,
from there.
okay,
So I mean,
okay.
she was her that like they had her mom, like she was born there. So no, technically, like we just
Have you
got her, I
ever
guess.
adopted a pet before?
We have never actually gone in and like done the whole process, but like since Joni's family is heavily involved in, like pit bull rescue and whatnot,
Mm.
we've fostered a few dogs.
Oh,
Like
okay.
when I used to live with her family, there was actually, you know what, we fostered one, and then there was one that kind of was her mom's that she kind of rescued from the rescue, and then for whatever reason she migrated up to us, so she became our dog. That
Okay.
was Alize. I know, terrible name. We did not name her. Swick, if you're listening, I'm sure you'll remember that one. You used to give me shit all the time. But yeah, no,
You named it
never.
after black people's favorite alcoholic
Yes. Yep.
beverage? Excellent.
Someone did. Yep, and that's exactly what Swick asked me.
And
So how
then
about you though?
that dog had a brother named Hypnotic as well. So very
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Uh, Let me ask you, because the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because of the names of adopted dogs.
Okay.
I didn't know like if you had adopted pets or not, but you can still have an opinion on this regardless. And you kind of answered the question anyway. I was thinking,
Keeping
so
the
like
name.
we adopted Callie,
Okay.
and Callie's name was Callie, Caleigh.
Oh yeah, like Calais.
Yeah.
Calais.
And we changed it to Kali, like going back to Cali. And just I like the name. I like changing it with the K. Whatever. It was just it's what we did with the dog. We then found out that like her first name was Lisa, which is a horrible dog name.
Mm.
Uh Hello, Lisa, the dog. By the way, it's very funny when you go to like a vet and they
Uh-huh.
walk out, they have this like education, they have their master's degree in veterinary science or whatever, and they walk out and they're just like, Mr. Featherbottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have
Mr.
to be
Mr.
so
Wiggles, are you
serious.
here? Yeah.
They're wearing like a lab coat, but they're like, Noodles? Is Noodles here?
Mr. Flickerdoodle Nose?
But so Lisa was her original name, and then it went to Callie, and then we changed it to Callie, Kali, to keep it close to what they were already calling her for a while in Callie.
Yeah.
I saw a dog the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool dog. Look at that little goose. I would name that dog Goose." And then I was like, "What if you got a dog? Like, if you adopt a dog, are you going to change the dog's name?" Or are you keeping the dog's name what it is because the dog is used to the name?
I would probably, I mean, it really depends, like I'm I
If
hate
you
to be
like
so
the name?
specific, but if we're adopting a dog, it would probably be from my sister-in-law, like I said. They tend to name the dogs over there when they get them. So I think it would really depend on how long. But I think dogs, I mean, like, I think a dog could eventually start hearing a different name, because I mean, like, Lucy knows like 5 or 6 different names. She knows all of us. So like when I say that person, she'll know to like go to that person, or she knows to
Oh
at
yeah.
least look at them. So I think if you might be confusing, but I don't think the dog would fucking care.
No, the dog will learn, but I just mean on like a personal like interest level.
Yeah.
Are you like, no, it's got to be named by me, or are you like, all right, I guess it's Troy. Like, yeah, come here, Troy,
Hey,
or
you know
whatever.
what though? I am 100% for giving animals human names. Obviously, we named ours Lucy, but like I years back at the school, a kid, he was like, he made a project and it was just like about his pit bull, and it's like, this is my dog Mike. Like, and I just thought it was great.
It's
Yeah,
solid. It's
my
not
dog
bad.
Mike. Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever heard this band Turnstile. Have you heard of this
I've
band Turnstile?
I have
We've brought them up on this podcast a couple times. They
a
won
couple
2
times.
Grammys yesterday, which is insane. They won a Grammy for best hard rock album, or maybe just best rock album in general, which is like pretty sweet. And then they won best metal performance,
Was it
defeating
for? Go
Spirit
ahead.
Box and that other band that Tony likes that I always forget their name, but they're weird and it's 2 guys. Sleep Token.
Local H. Oh,
No, not even close.
still
Actually,
local
not
H.
bad. But yeah, so they won best metal performance, which is crazy for a non-metal band to win a best metal performance or whatever. But
It
how
was
about it?
it was for birds, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, because like I actually like that song, and like you don't hear songs like that win awards.
No, I
Fucking
think
awesome.
Turnstile is kind of like uh musically maybe like a modern day Rage Against the Machine. Now they don't really sound the same. They're not as groove
Yeah.
heavy as Rage Against the Machine, but they've got the same like aggression, and they're huge. They're like a monstrous band. It's kind of weird that they're so big.
It's weird to me because like, yeah, months ago or whatever, when I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this band a shot. I want to see like what, like what the big deal is. And I started listening to like their old stuff, and it's just like, okay, this is like old school, like East Coast hardcore, like
Yeah.
arguably bad music. I'm sorry. And I
Yeah.
love hardcore, but just a lot of like basically talking while you're singing, and like a lot of just like dun, 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 a lot of that stuff. Fast forward to now where it's just like the music is obviously like more like it still is heavy and everything, but like on the newest album, there's a lot, like almost every song starts with some kind of like,
Yeah, like a
which I'm
weird.
sorry, it kind of annoys me. Like
I
I
hate
love
it.
the songs that, okay, thank you. But it's
Yeah.
just like every song doesn't need to do this, but Birds is an awesome song. It's quick, it's to the point, it's got an awesome breakdown. And I mean,
Yeah.
like I will watch performances of that live, like just keep reeling them off again because the song's so short. And that's is that
I
how they close this the set?
I would imagine. I don't know.
Okay, well, you've seen them, haven't you?
No, I've never seen them.
Oh shit, I'm
No.
sorry, I thought you have.
Um, I there's like 5 Turnstile songs where I'm like, this could be my favorite song of the year. I love this
Wow.
song. And then there's like 30 Turnstile songs where I'm like, I will never listen to this song again.
Yeah.
And so I don't know where they are in my pantheon of bands. Like, okay, I guess I'll just listen to these 5 songs, and I'm never going to see them. They're too big. I don't want to go see them play in an arena or whatever they're going to be playing in. And the stupid thing, I hate so much the beginning of songs when they last for like 3 minutes. Like that's why I can't listen to Radiohead. My wife, she tries to continuously get me into Radiohead. The first 3 minutes of a Radiohead song is pointless and stupid. And she's like, no, it's building up. And I'm like, it's building up to me changing the song because I
there you
need
go.
something to happen. And Turnstile has like 2 birds is like that. It's got the little like thing at the beginning, and it's probably like a minute where you're just like, come on.
All right.
Never Enough is the other one. Like, love those 2 songs, but I wish there was something on Spotify where you could be like, can you just cut to the song? I don't need any of the crap. I don't need like talking. I don't need a skit like in old rap. like
any
CDs.
good Riddance album.
Exactly. Yeah. A minute of like Noam Chomsky or whatever, and then like a 45-second punk song.
Well, that's
I can't stand that stuff.
See, and that's like the newest Wilhelm album. What the fuck is it called? I already forgot. But I mean, the first song starts literally 2 minutes of just like guitar stuff, and even then I'm like, this sucks. It's like, I need to, and I love that album, but I mean, I'll scrub to like 145 or whatever, and it's like, 10 seconds is a good enough intro.
Now you brought up an interesting fact. We saw each other 2 days ago.
We did in person. We got the touch.
Yeah, we got to touch hands and the same stick. We touched the same stick together. Neither one of us was sick, which is great. Fantastic.
I'm still healthy now. You good?
I'm good. Knock on desk. I was nervous because there was someone who was hacking up a lung right next to me, and I was like, "Hey, get away!" Actually, I said "get away" to everybody. I don't even think you were there when Jess and his wife Hannah came.
No, they were already there when I got there.
Okay, when they walked in, keep in mind I see them once a year, and I love this guy Jess. He's known him for a long time, and I think I've seen him once a year for maybe 15, 20 years, something like that.
Yeah, at the Rumble.
But he's awesome. He's such a nice person.
He's a cool guy.
Him and his wife came in, and I called them assholes immediately. Like I was not hugging people. My friends are there. I'm fist bumping. I'm saying, stay away from me. I've been sick 3 times in 2 months, and I just don't want to be around people. I did the same at a family party last week. Just leave me alone. I'm being a jerk to you. I apologize ahead of time, but just don't come near me. And then Jess and Hannah came in. They wanted to say hello. I said, you guys stand back because you guys are assholes. You're worse than normal people.
Jeez.
Because you have children. And people who have children, the adults never think they're sick. They think, oh, well, the kids are sick. It's going around the house. But yeah, you too, Goff. I see that look. I see that look.
Well,
You are part of it. You're part of the problem.
I know.
And so all and it, by the way, I'll apologize to you the same way I apologized to
No, it's
them
all
2 minutes
right.
ago. I was like, I'm sorry, you guys aren't assholes.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you're like, oh, my 3 children are all sick, but I'm okay. And then guess what? I hug you, I kiss you on the mouth. Now I'm the one who has HIV or whatever. And so that's not cool. And so I've just been avoiding people like the plague and being a jerk about it the entire time. But how cool was it? We had a good time. Royal
Yes.
Rumble. The WWE sucks. We're gonna get into that later. We're gonna probably do some thumbs up, thumbs down with the Royal Rumble as far as
Yes,
that is
sir.
concerned. But the
Yeah.
party wise itself, you'll take a look right behind me here, and you will notice that I have won again. I am back.
I'll give you that one.
Champion of the men's Royal Rumble pool, as I had Roman Reigns with the 24th or 26th pick, and he won me this title and some money. And I was actually telling you before we got on here, it's funny because I won like $100 or whatever it was. And then I got into my car to leave, and I got a bill emailed to me for $1,000, and I was like, "Come on, I can't even enjoy this
Right,
for
a
1
tenth of it is
second."
paid off.
And so it was very funny, but I had a great time. It's nice to see friends. It's nice to be in that atmosphere where we're all just kind of messing around and just watching the Rumble and cheering for people, even if we have no clue who they are. And what about you? You having a good time? I'm glad you came. I didn't think you were coming, and you punched me in the throat. You know?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, no, you literally you were pulling the numbers or whatever, and looked up and were like, "When the hell did you get here?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, no, it was a silent entrance." Yeah, no, I was literally, it was down to the wire as far as whether or not I was going to have to work. And actually, I think guys were called in, but I just wasn't one of them. So I texted Pee Wee in the morning, and I was like, "As of now, I'm in, but I'll
Nice.
let you know." So. Yeah, and he lives. I'm so close to 88, and he lives like right off of there. So it's it's still about 25 minutes, but it's a nice drive just down the highway. So
Yeah, it's an hour for me, and 2 oxen died on the way. So
well, why did you guys drive separately, by the way, you and Megan?
Well, we had
For your
different plans
hour-long
for the day. She
okay.
didn't know if she was going to be coming or not. So like,
Okay.
she got out of her thing early and was like, "Hey, has it started or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're missing the women's Rumble, but the men's is still going to happen." So she was like, "All right, it's early. I'll come by."
Yeah, and that was another selling point, how early it was. I probably would have gone anyway, like if it was late, but Joni was going out with some friends later that night. So when I told her, I'm like, "No, my thing's at like 1." She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, yeah, that's great." So
Yeah, it was awesome. I wish it was always at 1 o'clock on a Saturday. Like that beats Sunday. Like Sunday evening Royal Rumble sucks because it's like 11 p.m. and then you got to go home.
Yeah, it's a long ass event. So should we
like you
just
said,
jump into thumbs up, thumbs down, or do you have more to? I'm sorry
no.
to interrupt, but
No, we're good. I just wanted to say that I was cranking the numbers. I was the one dealing with the crank. I've never had to crank it before in public in front of that many people. And then one of the kids who was there, I forget which kid it was, and I forget their names already, but
they both had last names, like first name, last names.
Keegan and Parker. Yeah. So Keegan is the one who he wanted to crank it. So I had to teach him how to crank it. And you know what they say, once you teach a kid to crank it, he will never go fishing again. And I've said that 12 times to 11 people, and I'll continue saying it because I enjoyed it. I think I said it better before, but
it was funnier when you said it at the party.
Yeah. I've said it to my dad, and he was like, "I don't understand the reference."
To him for no reason, out of context.
Yeah, so thumbs up, thumbs down, Royal Rumble. I'm going to go ahead and give you my opinion because I'm more interested in your opinion. But my opinion is thumbs down because the Royal Rumble sucked.
Yeah.
Both of them, the women's and the men's, and the matches in between, and the fact that it was in Saudi Arabia for their blood money, all of it. And you're going to make the women, because they're not allowed to show skin, they have to wear bodysuits.
Not to like make a statement, but that really fucking pissed me off. Like I should have known that, but it's like watching like what's her name, Charlotte Flair come walking down and like a head to or a toe to neck, like she like looks like a samurai, and then it's just like, oh, after like 2 or 3, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, terrible audience. Whatever audience was there, to me it just looked very deceiving how they kept showing like because there were random lights in like every single spot it looked like, but then there were people sitting behind those lights, and I
Well,
don't know.
every single, and I've heard about them doing this for other places too, but I believe they built this stadium for the Royal Rumble.
I heard it was
That's it.
like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah,
Like
slave labor to get that ready
I
for the
mean,
WWE.
Santino might have been exaggerating now that I think about it, but he might have actually been, or maybe it
No,
was Tony. I forgot who said that.
I don't believe he
That's
was
true.
exaggerating. Like
Okay.
2 weeks ago, they were like, "This is never going to be finished in time," and so they built it, and every single seat had like an LED light on top of it, so that way, like when it's dark, they can control the lighting in the crowd, and they could do like weird things or whatever, which they didn't do.
No.
They said that it was around like 21,000 people in there. I don't know. The stadium was built for like 48,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
And anytime they cut to like the sides, you were like, where are the people?
Yeah.
There's nobody
There
on the
were,
side.
I mean, they were being very like smart with the cameras. Like I kept joking that it's like, yeah, they told everyone to move to this side of the stadium, but
Yeah.
it was just weird. And I mean, like you're watching the crowd, and I mean, like at some points, I'm genuinely looking for women in the audience, and it's just
Oh,
like
good luck.
I don't think I saw any, you know. And it's like I don't know how into this these guys are. Like it seems like they're not really like they popped a few times for like the huge names like the Bellas
Yeah.
and whatnot. They probably got the biggest pops, but yeah, just overall, I mean, like afterwards talking to Santino, like he seemed like he's still the most like invested in wrestling right now. So it was like kind of going to him, and it's like Roman Reigns is like in his mid 40s. The guy barely even wrestles anymore, and that's the guy that won your Royal Rumble. It's like, what does that say about everyone else? And
Yeah.
by the
Everybody
way, the
sucks.
two guys
They're
that
all
I got, I don't
50.
know who either of them are. And I'm sorry, they're all Samoans and they're all luchadors now. It's like every other guy. It's like every other guy. I'm like, wait a minute. And you're like, yeah, he's The Rock's cousin too. And it's like, yeah, Suge's gonna love this.
Goff misses the days when his wrestlers were white and
No, that's
they
what
all had
Jody was
some
saying
sort
too.
of
She's like, what are you trying to say? And I'm like, no, it's not that.
sort
Oh,
of
yeah.
job that their gimmick, like Bill the plumber is coming down. That was your heyday of wrestling right there.
The big boss man, Brutus the barber beefcake. Yeah,
There
you
you
know, the
go.
Mountie.
Yeah.
No, there was I mean, like that one dude, God, the first guy who came out for the Rumble,
Yeah.
Omu
Oh,
or so,
I mean,
like he build that guy up, man. Then again, I don't even watch wrestling, so maybe he is. I have no idea. But you know,
he's
like
the
they
champion of their like NXT, if you know what that is. That's
okay,
kind of
yeah,
like their
yeah.
lower league thing, but he's their champion there, and he's come up on the main roster a couple of times. But he wrestled on the last pay-per-view against Cody Rhodes, so they were like, "Oh, they're the
Oh,
smaller champion versus
okay.
the bigger champion," and then they just had a run-in that like ruined the match and ended it abruptly, and everybody was pissed about it, which they should. The WWE sucks. I mean, wrestling sucks in general, but the WWE is bigger trash than anybody else. I am interested in your like opinion of it because you are like a common man who's watching. You know, you're not like a jaded piece of trash like me. You're just you're like you're watching it and you're either having a good time or you're not, and you're like, I don't know, this is kind of stupid and whatever. So, what did you like about it? You had to like some stuff about it.
All right, I mean, like I grew up a wrestling fan. I took many years off, and obviously
Yeah,
now
you
it's like
do what
watching.
most
I'm just
people
like, I
do.
don't know who any of these people are. That's what sucks most about it. What I did love, what everybody loved, Mr. Iguana. That was a lot of fun. But I mean, like in all honesty, it got us laughing, it got us talking and everything. But
Yeah.
like fucking seriously, like that. I mean, I was in my head just like, this is stupid. Like when you watch those reels on Instagram, and it's just like, if wrestling's fake, explain this, and they do some really it's like that's what I was thinking of. Like
Yeah.
this is why people laugh at wrestling. This is like supposed to be fun, but it's immediately stupid because a stuffed animal iguana just got choke slammed. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
I'm in a group chat with a couple of wrestling fan friends of mine, and we all talk about how like our wives always walk into the room in the gayest parts of wrestling. Like every time they walk in, it's like one guy's blowing another guy or whatever, and you're just like, "This is it's supposed to be for a gimmick. It's not real." You know,
It's a work, babe.
yeah. And Mr. Iguana to me lines up with that. Like one of the guys in our group was talking about his wife walked in and he was like, no, I'm watching gay porn, I swear. Like,
yeah,
don't want to
it
admit
would be
that that's
less
what you're watching.
embarrassing.
I told Megan a joke. I was like, and she said that this is what made her laugh. So like, this was her favorite part of the Rumble potentially. First of all, we were all uneasy when Mr. Iguana came out because what a weird gimmick and just a weird thing to be watching in a group with other adults or whatever.
But
then it became funny.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm not Mr. Iguana is my dad. You can call me Terry Iguana. And she was
yeah.
That would be the better gimmick right there. Terry Iguana. Son of Mr. Iguana.
It's like one of those things, like an hour before the match, they're like, shit, we only got 29. It's like,
right.
That iguana kid's still here. You know what else was a lot of fun was our general dislike for Logan Paul. Like everyone just like, when he got, I was starting to think he was going to win. I really was because it's
thought so too.
His brother's
because
all over everything. And it's like, why not give it to him? He's not the 44-year-old guy.
He also recently signed a full-time contract with the WWE. Like he used to be on a part-time basis kind of thing. So it's kind of like if he's going to take it seriously, maybe they're going to bump him up. I'm with you. I would have bet money that he was going to win that.
Jess was going to win both of them because he won the women's, which I was so damn close. I had the ska chick. She was the third to last. And from what you guys were saying is that the other two were like friends. So I was thinking maybe they would have gone over together and it's like, come on, baby.
No, she was awesome. Sol Ruka.
Yeah. And I thought Lash Legend was pretty impressive. She was just fucking chucking people everywhere. And then speaking of unimpressive, Charlotte Flair, who was laying down for about 35 minutes, like literally, she was like, I don't know, but that's probably enough talk on the,
we don't
Rumble,
need to.
But it's again, if he has another party next year, I'll probably go. Love the gambling aspect of it. I didn't win any money.
That's why we all do it.
So fun.
That's why we do it. Hang out and gamble and just make fun of stuff. It's always a nice thing to do. I was going to say we totally buried the lead here. The Super Bowl is this week.
Oh shit!
And it's the Seahawks versus the Patriots. And I'm not kidding you. I cannot name one player on any team. I don't know who the coaches are. I don't know anything. And so I was going to ask you. You're the football fan. I assume you know players because of fantasy football wise.
I do know.
Are you excited about the Super Bowl?
Not really.
No,
I'm really not, and it's kind of a bummer because I'm still bummed about the Bears, and I know that's like a dumb thing, but it's just like, no, I mean, like I guess I never really realized how much I love having superstars in the Super Bowl. You know, your Eagles players, your Chiefs. I mean, like maybe we don't need Mahomes anymore, but like God, like Josh Allen, the Bills, those teams. And I give these teams all the credit in the world. They were the two best teams in football, I'd probably say, in their divisions. But I just don't care. I don't like either of these teams. I mean, like Sam Darnold and Drake May are the quarterbacks. And it's like, yeah, exactly. Have you
don't know which team? Yeah. And I don't want to know because I'm going to gamble on all of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to the casino.
Make sure you pick guys from different teams this year.
Yeah, we're going to the sports book for the Super Bowl. And I'm just going to like throw it down and pick some numbers and some names and see what comes out of it. I get to hang out with Santino on the Super Bowl, and that's
lucky.
That's
if any Santino, Tony, either of you guys are listening, always a pleasure. I love hanging with you guys. That was a lot of fun. Good stuff.
All right, let's continue.
28-17 Seattle. That's going to be the score.
Oh, okay.
I believe the over is 45.5. My friends, take the under.
I saw that there were two like commercials or something like that for each team, and the Seahawks had Turnstile as the music for their commercial.
I think you noticed that during the wrestling, or weren't they playing that during wrestling too? Because at one point
they were
like, Tony's like, it's Turnstile.
And there was another commercial for the New England Patriots feed or whatever it was, and they were playing Deftones. And so I'm like, I'm team Seattle. Like, let's go Seattle. One of my favorite cities in the country anyway. I'm all for Seattle. I love Marshawn Lynch if he still plays.
Hell yeah. beast mode. No, he doesn't still play. He probably could though. He's
Him and
awesome.
Steve Largent. Those are the two Seahawks
Steve
I
Largent.
know. Maybe
Oh yeah.
Matt Hasselbeck was he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. That might be all of them that I can name of all time. So
Okay.
let's go Seahawks.
Hell yeah.
To continue thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah.
I got a
Go
couple
for it.
more for you.
Okay.
I talked about this last week. You were excited that I started watching it.
Oh yeah.
Superstore. Finished season 1.
Okay.
I'm giving it a thumbs down.
Oh man.
I flipped on this.
Okay. Okay.
I just can't take it. It's not that good.
So what specifically? Just not funny or
It's just not
annoying Jonah?
the manager's a little bit annoying. The old guy from
Okay. Yeah, Glenn.
Kids in the Hall or whatever is kind of like everybody just became kind of annoying. The main girl is kind of annoying.
She gets unlikable throughout. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my biggest problems with that is like the two arguably biggest stars or the two main ones, Jonah and Amy, are probably the two most unlikable characters.
Yeah.
But it's just there's such a big ass cast that it's like, I can work around that. But
I
hey,
will say
each his own.
they have the best B-roll, if you call it B-roll or whatever, of all time. Like those little clips that they show.
Oh yeah, the little vignettes in between.
Yeah, there was one where a guy walked out of the dressing room and just started walking, and then he looked down. He forgot to put his pants on, so it was blurred out. He had to walk back, and that's just in between scenes. Like it means nothing for the show.
It'll just be
it'll
show
on
like
a
a
toilet.
guy taking a shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
on a toilet. But I love the music too, because like my favorite one, I think like the Meat Puppets was played. It's like in the backwater swerve.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Me and Megan were watching, and we were both like, "Yeah, Meat Puppets."
Yeah. Was that did that end with the natural disaster? In case you wanna Okay, never mind then. I don't want to say what it was just in case you do decide to ever go back to it. Because one of the seasons ends with like a pretty big like they put a
Okay.
lot of money into it.
Oh wow. No, I don't even remember how it ends, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Like I stopped paying attention to it because I was like just
Wow.
not really into it. And then
Okay.
I'd look at Megan and she was like reading. Like neither one of
Yeah.
us were like really into it.
Alright.
I'm like you said, teach his own. It started with some promise, and then I was kind of like, not for me.
Yeah.
Opposite of that is a movie that I watched this week. Now I tried to watch a movie. My dear friend Sebastian in Arizona has been telling me to watch Commando.
Okay.
He said it's not necessarily the best Schwarzenegger movie, but it's like a childhood one with a lot of lines that he remembers and stuff like that, and worth a watch. I was like, all right, I'm going to try and watch Commando this week, and I couldn't find it for free.
Okay.
And so I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm not going to watch Commando because I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to pay to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, but I will, like, if they're for free, I'm going to watch them. So I was like, what else is there? And then it popped up as a recommendation, Predator.
Okay.
And I said, oh, I've never seen Predator. I kind of know like a little bit of the gist of the story of Predator, but I know the meme with the arms.
The arms.
I know get to the chopper or whatever. But I've never seen the movie. So I decided to watch Predator. And I'll tell you what, thumbs up, buddy. This is absolutely right up my alley. Love this movie. Great action movie. Don't need to tell people. Everybody's seen Predator, and it is awesome. But I will say, I do think Terminator 1 was better than Predator. But I just like the fact that I feel like they're like that's when movies were movies. You know what I mean? Like the 80s, the 90s, it was like people going for it. And now it just feels like everything's just remaking everything. I know that's not like a hot take or anything like that, but it's just like, why can't somebody have an idea? Like any sort of idea? Because I thought Predator was cool, like a really cool idea. Oh, you can't see the thing and it can kind of morph and whatever. Are there flaws? Sure. When he puts mud on his face and he disappears. All right, come on.
Well, it cooled him down, so
I know, but still, the heartbeat.
Listen. I watched Predator for the first time probably within the no joke within the last 5 years or so. And
Wow.
I'm like one of those, like, you know what, I love Arnold, and it's just like I think it's a cool movie, but I don't understand like the longevity, to be honest with you, that there's like 9 Predator movies, like not direct
Yeah.
sequels to this, but that just it's an awesome character though. But and I did hear the most recent Predator movie was pretty awesome, The
I
Badlands
think
or whatever. I
Tony
want
was
to check
telling
that
me,
out.
I think Tony was telling me to watch that one. And he also said watch Predator 2. And he's like, but it's just Danny Glover or
Danny Glover
somebody's or
running
Donald
around New
Glover,
York
one of the
chasing.
Glovers.
Wow.
Uh, I did find an interesting nugget because I like to read the IMDb trivia after I watch these
I do
movies.
too. That's awesome.
And there was the guy who played Predator was like a 7'4" guy. And he, at the end of the movie, when the chopper is picking them up, he's the guy flying the chopper. Like him
Oh
as a
wow.
regular person, that's how he
Yeah.
got like FaceTime in the movie.
That's
But
awesome.
he was like the Predator in the full costume, so you didn't know what he looked like or whatever.
Yeah.
And for 2 days while filming this movie, Jean-Claude Van Damme was the Predator.
I think I knew that,
And then
actually.
he was like, I can't move in this suit. The suit sucks or whatever. And he
Can't
quit.
move in this suit.
And so they got this new guy, and this new guy ended up, he was Harry and the Hendersons. He was like Harry or whatever. And
Okay.
then he died at like 38 or something like that. I don't know what that was all about, but yeah, just thought that was really interesting. Harry and the Hendersons, and he was in the movie Predator as 2 different roles. Pretty sweet. But yeah, thumbs up,
Pretty good
Predator.
list.
I'm gonna watch Commando. They put it up after I watched this movie on Sling, so I'm gonna watch
Oh,
Commando probably this week. I gotta watch T2. I'm hitting up all the Arnold movies so that one day we can do top 3 and bottom 3. Maybe I shouldn't even give thumbs up and thumbs down for them. I should keep it for an episode. I'm just
you should. But
tossing it out there. So,
okay.
what do you got?
Okay. I came across this yesterday on Netflix, actually. It's a documentary. I think it's from like 2024 maybe, but it was in their top 10. It's called Secret Mall Apartment. This is exactly what the title is. And I was very intrigued, so I checked it out, and sure enough, this is a documentary. Like I said, it's on Netflix, about an hour and a half, hour, 40 minutes. But so this was in like around 2000, I think it was, this group of like artists. There was 8 of them. Actually, it starts off with 4 of them, and they were just like, they're just kind of quirky people, and they're like, hey, what if we could like spend the night? Let's see if we could spend the night in the mall, like without getting kicked out, like if we could find hiding spots. So 2 of them found like a closet or something to hide in, and then the other 2 started like traversing through walls and cracks and stuff, and they found this like weird, like abandoned, like 700 square foot area that was just nothing. So they told like all their friends about it, and this is like unbelievable. So I'll give this a thumbs up, mostly for the story. I don't think the presentation was that great because it's unbelievable. Like this stuff all happened, but like it's the footage they have is all from like a Canon like Sure Shot, like one of those little digital
Mm,
cameras, because that's like all they had. So that's like what all the video is. So it's really grainy and there's not much sound. But I'm making it sound worse than it is. It's decent enough, but you never really get an understanding of how they had to traverse to get up to this thing. And that's what I was most interested in seeing, because it's like, how were like they eventually got caught. This went on for 4 years though.
wow.
4 years that 8 people were using this thing, like just kind of interchanging. Like none of, I think they all had homes. They weren't like homeless looking for somewhere to live. They were just seeing if they could do it. And but dude, I mean, like we're talking couches they lugged up there, a hutch, like a literal hutch for like it like the stuff that they had. I mean, it shows footage of them like pushing this stuff up almost like a 90-degree. I mean, it's a ladder, so yeah, it should be. But like 2 people, like literally one guy with his hand under a couch just pushing up. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. So then at the like the end of the document, I know I'm spoiling all of this, but they kind of like recreated. They had like a team of builders come in and recreate the thing. I think so we could see it as like the viewer, like because when they're showing it throughout, it's so hard because also there's nothing appealing about this space that they found. It's like cold as shit. They're always like you can see their breath all the time. they have like one extension cord up there, so it's all just like halogen lights. And I mean, it'd be cool like if you were homeless, but if you're not,
I was gonna say, like, what's the point if they have
yeah,
somewhere to go? Like,
it's well, so they kind of, and that's the funny thing too. Like they did, yeah, they were like basically I don't loitering or like trespassing, you know.
mm,
But like they would mostly use this meeting area to plan like projects for the community. Like no joke, it sounds one of those things where you're just like, are you kidding me? Like because like I said, they were artists, so they would go to like children's hospitals and like do like there's nothing like shady about these people at all. Like it's one of those things where you're just like, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, and it's like it never does. I mean, they show you at the end that like how it got broken up, but it's still like it was a very just like holy shit. I mean, like I just like I said, yeah, secret mall apartment. I was like, I hope that's what it is, and sure enough, it was. This is in Rhode Island or something like that. So,
okay.
I just told you the whole thing, but maybe do some research on it. So, the story, like I said, I give it a thumbs up, and there's a lot in there where they're just like, no, but let's tell you how Michael was raised, and it's like I don't fucking care, but yeah, it's good. Anyway, and then the other thing you brought up, Donald Glover a few minutes ago. You said his name real quick. I did start watching Community again. I'm not going to recommend it in case you hate it. So, here's my
Chevy Chase is in it.
yeah.
That's a tease for our top 3 lists coming up here.
Oh, okay. Which I guess we could jump right into then.
All right, let's do it then. Top and bottom, favorite and least favorite olds.
All right.
Let's start with our top 3 as we normally do.
Yeah.
I'll start things off for you with my number 3. I'm going, and once again, I said, for me personally, I was thinking try to keep it over 65 years of age and try to keep people who are alive, because I didn't want to be like, I don't know, Jesus was pretty cool or whatever.
No. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Mine are more recent, at least. They're not like, yeah, it's not anyone from the Bible.
I thought you were about to throw up. It's like, what's going on? You were like, bleh, bleh.
Indigestion.
My number 3 is the Fonz, Henry Winkler.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Henry Winkler nowadays is, I mean, like he's not like the Fonz at all. The Fonz was like this cool whatever character, and Henry Winkler just seems like the kindest human being who's ever existed. And I love. Most recently, I watched him in Barry, you know, and I will always talk up Barry because I thought it was a really great creative show, and the character that he played in there was like the first character that I've ever seen him where I was like, not thinking that I'm watching the Fonz. Like, I was like, look at this guy. Like he's a teacher of theater or whatever he was. But yeah, he just seems like really kind, and I don't know. I got nothing bad to say about Henry Winkler. So he's my number 3.
We also, you know what? You can't forget about him on Arrested Development too, as Barry Zuckercorn.
Absolutely.
He's
great.
Of that too. Hey, are you one of those transvestites that looks like a woman but's actually a man? Nah, I'm all real, baby. He speeds off. Anyway, fantastic character on Arrested.
He's like a horrible lawyer or whatever.
Yeah, he's awful. And then he's also on Parks and Rec too. He's John Ralphio's dad. Which is a spoiler if you've never gotten there, but he's awesome in that too.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 3, and yeah, sorry, I've like I said, I've got some RIPs here. Grumpy and Grumpier Old Men. Actually, I love both of these movies, and I like the actors as well, Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. Have you seen either? I feel like it's not a Sasha and Goff episode if I don't say at least 3 times. Have you seen? But anyway, have you seen either of them? The Grumpy Old Men's?
I think I've seen the first one, but it's been a long time. Okay. Walter Matthau, was he also in Dennis the Menace?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. I might confuse it with Dennis the Menace if I'm being honest, but
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Grumpy and Grumpier Old Men, I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's just these two, they're like lifelong friends, but they fucking bicker and they hate each other. Just so many good one-liners with them. It's almost like Yo Mama jokes, like the entire time, but it's just these two just like always digging on each other. Yeah, rest in peace to both of them. Rest in peace to Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon.
Okay, that takes us to my number 2. Who I'm always worried about this guy because He seems really nice. Everybody loves him.
Oh no, you're worried about him being on a list, aren't you?
I'm absolutely worried about the
That's like
Tom
ever.
Hanks.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh
come on.
man.
Tom Hanks is lovable. He's been in so many great characters. He's
Yeah.
awesome. But I swear, if he is on that
Remember
list, terrified.
remember when we found out he had COVID? It was like,
Yeah,
no, him and Rita. Oh god.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
What
how old
else
is
is there
Tom
to
Hanks
say?
now?
He's just I don't know. Always been a fan of his. He always pulls you into whatever movie he's doing. He's a great actor. He's probably one of the
What's
first people where I was like, oh, he's a great actor.
yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. So Tom Hanks, number two,
How
unless
old is
he's
he?
on a list. I think he's like 68 or something like that.
69. 69. Nice. Okay. All right. Yeah, my number two. It's another RIP, but don't worry, number one's not. Okay, so my number two, the godfather of spoof movies, Leslie Nielsen. I fucking love all three of the Naked Gun movies, and I know he's done like a lot. Like I say, the godfather of spoof movies. You talked about one of them a few months ago, Dracula Dead and Loving It. So he didn't do all good spoof movies, and there were a lot of them. God, Spy Hard, I remember that one. I loved his comedic time in the airplane movies. He was great in those two, and yeah, I always loved Leslie Nielsen.
Kind of an original. Like there's no one who reminds me of Leslie Nielsen, and he doesn't remind me of anyone, you know?
I will say though, and I'm not saying he reminds me of him, but I do think Liam Neeson was an awesome pick to play his son. For
Yeah,
one, I mean the name, it's just hilarious. Like
yeah.
but then yeah, I mean like you found out, God, like with in the Ted 2, I think it was, that it's like, oh, Liam Neeson's actually pretty funny. Like he's only in that movie for like a minute, but it's a
Well,
great
and like
part.
he's so serious, but he
Yeah.
does that kind of deadpan, whatever,
Yeah, that
so
like
well.
gruff
So
voice. So
yeah.
awesome. Okay.
Uh,
What's your number one?
you said naked, by the way. I totally forgot to mention this story. They
Oh,
found a dead person like a block from my house this week. I was on my way to work, and there was like 18 cop cars and a CSI truck,
oh fuck.
and so like I had to drive around and go through a different neighborhood, and it was right by a Dunkin' Donuts that I think people were stuck at the Dunkin' Donut, like they couldn't
Oh.
leave or whatever. Really sad, like someone with like mental health issues or whatever, and
Oh.
6 kids, and
Oh, so you know like what you know the story now, or
it's like coming out a little at a time. Like it's really weird that I don't know more actually, because it happened
well,
like 4 days ago or something like that. But yeah,
damn,
crazy.
crazy.
Um, anyway, back to the list. My number one top favorite old person. This is where I'm breaking my rule. I went 62-year-old
Ooh.
Charles Barkley.
Oh wow.
I love Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
I think when he speaks about serious stuff, he is dead on. I love him when he talks about basketball. I love him on the show with Shaq and Kenny Smith and Ernie Johnson. They are tremendous together. It's one of the best shows ever. It's been on for 20 something years or whatever. It's not on as often as it used to be because the NBA has changed channels, but they kept that group, together. Every once in a while they get to do shows, and it's always worth watching. I just love Charles Barkley. I think he's hilarious. His golf swing is hilarious. There's nothing bad I could say about Charles Barkley. He's got a gambling problem. That's great.
That's all right. He's got the money to take care of it. So
yeah, and he's just always. I don't know if you heard. There was a story about a guy. He was like an old Asian man or something. Maybe not old. Maybe I think he's old, but he's the same age as Charles Barkley or around the same age. They were sitting next to each other at a bar one day and they were talking. And Charles Barkley was like, hey, if you're ever in this area, give me a call. We'll hang out. Like they had such a great time that Charles Barkley was like, yeah. So this guy goes home and he's telling his family how he's friends with Charles Barkley. And for years, they're like, yeah, whatever. Like
that's amazing.
You don't believe it at all, right? Because it's just like an old
Why
Asian
would
guy.
you? Yeah.
He's like an accountant or something, like it has nothing to do with basketball. It's just whatever. They met at a bar. And so like the guy did end up, I think calling Charles Barkley at one point when he was in whatever town, and Barkley answered, knew his name, knew exactly what, and they like hung out again and like
That's
became
awesome.
friends. And that's a cool story. Barkley answers and he like knows who the guy is and keeps it going or whatever. So the guy goes back home and he's talking to his family and he's like, "Oh, me and Charles Barkley, you know, we're hanging out at the strip club or whatever." And they're like, "Sure, Dad, whatever." So the guy ends up being sick. He gets cancer, and he doesn't tell Charles Barkley about it. The guy ends up passing away. And I think Charles Barkley was then in his town and called the guy or something like that to like hang out with him. And the guy's daughter answered, and you know, he had found out that the guy had passed. And I think even at that point, she may not have known that it was Charles Barkley, but she had said, "Oh, you know, he had just passed. And actually the funeral is like this weekend or whatever." So Barkley shows up to this guy's funeral, like across the country, to pay respects. He walks into the funeral and the family's like, "Oh my God, he really knew Charles Barkley." And so then he had this speech where he was like, "I knew him. He was a great man. He always talked about his family and blah, blah, blah. And we, you know, we didn't see each other too often, but, you know, we would see each other in certain towns and stuff like that. And he's just a great man. And there's a great family around him. And you guys should all be proud of him, blah, blah, blah." And what an amazing story
it is,
like for that guy and like about Charles Barkley just in general, like the kind of person he is. So that's why he's my number one, stuff like that.
Okay, well, my number one is a bit older. He's 88, still alive though, and I feel like we are insane if we don't put Morgan Freeman on our lists. The greatest narrator of our time. A guy though, this is a guy that has been old though since I've been alive. You know, it's what like you look at him now and it's like he's still like with it though. So that's the thing that is so insane about old age. I mean, like you've got people who start kind of losing their minds like in their 50s or 60s, and then you've got people in like their 90s that are just like sharp as a whip.
Yeah.
Is that the right one? Sharp as a tack, I guess. Sharp as a does whip work? We don't say that. Anyway, Morgan Freeman, my favorite old. And then I'll just go to my page. Oh, what?
I just checked. He's not on the list.
Yes. So. Thank God. You know what the funny thing is? I'm sorry, we got to talk about this list real quick. In my head, the only thing is, God, as long as I'm not on that fucking list. You know, it's like because with as much time as this thing's been fucking effed with, probably it's just like you never know. They might just start picking random people. But yeah, anyway, my potent notables, I have Helen Slayton Hughes, who plays Ethel Beavers on Parks and Rec. Crotchety old woman, court stenographer. She's great. Rest in peace. I also have Cloris Leachman, probably my favorite, I guess, old woman actor who I was kind of doing some research on her, found out she was like, she wasn't like Miss USA, but she was like in pageants and she was pretty hot when she was growing up. And it's just weird to me that like in her later age, she's the one that kind of became like the dirty one, or at least like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I just watched Beer Fest recently. She was pretty bad in that. And then Raising Hope, she was another good like that. And I just remember seeing her on some of like the Comedy Central roasts, actually, like up on the dais. It's like, but yeah, good for her. I think she made out with Snoop Dogg too on one of those things. Yeah. And then the last one I got, still alive, 83 years old, Creed Bratton from The Office.
Yeah.
Love Creed. Love me some Creed. I think he still plays, actually. He's a musician.
He does. Every once in a while, he'll be playing like the Beat Kitchen or something. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
Jess, my little sister, she saw him, I think, in Colorado, I think.
But... You ever listen to his band, The Grassroots?
Mm-mm.
Good band.
I love that they incorporated that into The Office in the final episode. They're like, yeah, apparently he was in some group called The Grassroots. But no, I've heard they're good. You got any PNs?
My potent notable, I only got one of them, but just, you know, recently I watched the last season of this TV show, and he's been on it for many, many years. It's Danny DeVito. I just think he's absolutely hilarious, and he looks hilarious, sounds hilarious. Everything about him is funny, and not on the Epstein list as far as we know. So
You gotta pay the troll toll to get
To
into the
get
boys'
in.
hole. Just the way he says it. All right, I'll
It's just
start off.
there's so many amazing stuff just from Always Sunny when he
Oh my
comes out of
god.
the couch,
What
like he's
about
like
the one where like they're in the bar and like they're all looking at something and it's just him literally hanging like
yeah, yeah.
like in the middle and D's like, yeah, he's just got a really strong neck. I mean, like, and he's so little too, so it looks hilarious. It's so bad, but it's just like what
And
the
the wrestling
fuck?
episode when he's the trash man.
Yeah.
I mean, just so much
Oh,
good stuff.
you just get away with so much because of his body type. It's so
Yeah.
fun. All right.
All right.
Uh
So that
yeah,
takes
we're
us to
gonna
our bottom three list of least favorite old people, which is a little bit disrespectful, but hey, maybe they deserve it. Maybe these old people deserve. Uh,
absolutely.
my number
All right.
three, I'm going with someone. She's like almost 70 years old. I don't even care. She could be 30. She's on my old people list. Roseanne.
Ah.
Uh, Roseanne has been one of my least favorite people ever since I've seen her on television, which is when I was a kid and Roseanne was on. Uh, she's got some good stand-up stuff, but just
She's
brash and
obnoxious, yeah.
obnoxious and just too much for me. I've never been a fan, and so that is my number three.
All right, my number three is not a person, is a movie by M. Night Shyamalan called Old. This movie came out, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Nope.
All right, so M. Night Shyamalan, the master of the twists at the end. This movie just sucks. I'm not going to talk about the spoil. I'm not. It's about this beach where people go on it and they age like incredibly fast. Kind of a cool premise, I guess. Whatever, but the movie sucks. The delivery's awful, and M. Night Shyamalan in his like 15 movie career probably has 3 good movies. He's a fucking hack. I'm
I'll
sorry.
say this though. Um, Not a good winning percentage, 3 for 15. But I will appreciate the fact that he's trying to do stuff that has not been done before.
Well, yeah, but he keeps doing what he's done before. So I mean, it's like
Oh, okay.
like every one of his movies, you watch it, and it's like that's what he does. There's a twist at the end. So it's like in Trap, the only problem was he gave us the twist in the trailer, telling us that Josh Hartnett's the bad guy. So it was just like, so I guess he kind of screwed it there. But anyway, yeah, the
Okay.
movie Old is garbage. So what's your number two?
My number two is going to be another person from the movie League of Their Own. Tom Hanks was my favorite. Madonna is my number
Oh,
two least favorite olds. I am not a
okay.
Madonna fan. I think Madonna sucks. When she developed a British accent for a couple years when she was living in it. Come on, get out of here. Just no, none of it. Secretly, do I like some Madonna songs? Okay, yeah, you could say that.
Of course.
Just not enough to be like, screw her bad qualities. Her music's great. No, just she's got a couple good songs, and I don't really like the person that she is. And now,
Nothing
have you
wrong with
seen her?
that.
She looks like I don't even know what to call her. She like a weird, just. I think she got a Brazilian butt lift, maybe on her face.
Nice.
I don't
Ooh, on
know.
her forehead.
Yeah, I don't know,
That's great.
but it's not working for me. It's not working
All
for me,
right.
dog.
I got you. All right. My number two worst old person is 83-year-old Jerry Jones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys, arguably the most fucking hated franchise in all of pro sports, probably the most overrated franchise in all of pro sports. Jerry Jones is worth $21.3 billion, by the way. Just
Wow.
another reason to fucking hate him. I'm looking at his stuff right now. More reason, I mean, besides the fact that he's just old, crotchety, and just won't let go of his team, kind of like, Jerry Reinsdorf with the Sox and everything. But I love that they got so much criticism over the last couple of years with this giant stadium they bought because Jerry Jones refuses to close the blinds. Essentially, not blinds, but like what they can close, and there's sunlight beaming in through those windows, blinding his own players. Like CD
Wow.
Lamb famously like 2 years ago or whatever, like was literally like doing this, like because you could see the beam like in his eyeball.
Wow.
But Jones is like too too whatever. He's like, I'm not fucking
Proud
doing
or
that.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
proud. There you go. But yeah, I hate him and I hate his team. So
That's a good one. That's a solid
you.
one.
Thank
Very hateable Jerry Jones for many, many years.
Yep.
It takes us to my number one least favorite old person of all time. This is a 66-year-old man. He used to be the voice of the Smiths, and now he's just a piece of garbage. I'm going with Morrissey.
I was trying to remember his name.
Morrissey.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I cannot stand Morrissey. One time I went to Ed DeBevick's. You ever been to Ed DeBevick's? It's where
they pick on you, like make fun of you, and
the waiters make fun of you and whatever. And the only reason I went there was because Megan wanted to go because it was so much fun. It sounds stupid to me, but that's because I'm a negative person. Okay, whatever. We go there, and the person told me that I look like Morrissey, like I don't know if it was as an insult, but I took it as an insult. And then I think I beat them to death. I don't remember what we did.
Sweet.
I think I blacked
Stiffed
out.
him on the check.
And I just, we didn't have to pay. They kicked us out. But yeah, Morrissey sucks. All the vegan, all the stuff about we're not playing this show because I smell barbecue meat like vendor. Get out of here.
I didn't know he was like that.
He's late to all his shows. He canceled half of his tour dates. He's trash. Morrissey, least favorite old person of all time. And he's old. I get to call him old.
And he's old. My least favorite old person of all time is Ben Stiller's dad, Jerry. I'm just kidding. I'm surprised he wasn't on your list, actually.
Well, because he's dead.
No,
So.
okay. Yeah, you played by your own rules. All right.
Right.
Sash, we don't do this on here. I have to do it though. I'm gonna say the United States Congress for my number one. Pretty much, I'm just gonna say all of these fucking assholes that will not give up their seats, not just Congress. So yeah, any White House, any of these, like basically our government, these people like Nancy Pelosi, even who it's like
anyone in government over 65.
Mitch fucking McConnell. This guy finally is just like, I won't run next year after he's like passing out and like just freezing on stage. And it's just like, what the hell happened? Did his battery die? But like, even like, Nancy Pelosi, it's like, I liked her, but it's like, you're 83, get the fuck out. So I hate all this. I hate seeing all these, and it's just, even the good ones suck. It's just like,
I'm with you. I didn't want to go there because I just try not to talk about politics here. But I'm not upset that you did it. I'm actually kind of glad you did because it's a real thing. It's like so annoying.
It's and I don't want to. I'm not getting into specifics. I'm not even going to say the guy at the top because it's not just him. It's just I feel like they're all awful people. Like I said, even the ones that are like the good guys, it's like you still suck too. So
none of them are on the list though, bro. So
none of them. So they're probably good people. Do you think Jerry Stiller's on the list?
Jerry? Yeah, definitely.
Not Ben though. I don't have any potent notables, Joe.
I got plenty of potent notables.
Okay, let's hear them.
Chevy Chase, which was one of them. And
I was watching Community today. He almost went on the list.
Mostly because of just stories that you hear about him. It's like, I love Chevy Chase movies. I think he's hilarious, but like, I've never heard anyone say anything nice about the guy.
His Comedy Central roast was one of like the worst ones because it's like, who the fuck are these people? Like, and I think that's probably what he was asking himself too, because no one wanted to do it.
Seinfeld is on my list, even though I would say his arrow is pointed towards the opposite of the top. Does that make sense? Like, I don't dislike him as much as I used to.
Okay.
All right. I'm like, all right, Seinfeld, I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna, one of these days I'll start season 3. But I like his stand-up. I don't really like him as a person, but I do like listening to him talk about comedy. But it's a very like weird line. Like, I think he's got a bunch of ego, but like him talking about comedy is always like, wow, something cool comes out of it. Like, you always hear good nuggets and stuff like that. So he's still on my potent notable list, but getting better every day.
Okay.
Bret the Hitman Hart, who I think is just a miserable old piece of trash. Just complains about everybody. No one has complained more than Bret Hart. Great He's probably the Chevy Chase of pro wrestling, where he's great,
Mhm.
but yet you never hear anything good about him because he's just trashing people all the time. And then another one. This one was really close to being my number 3, and it's a shocking one because this person was one of my favorite people of all time. This is Ric Flair. I've just had it up to here with Ric Flair. I mean, just with old age, nothing. It's like every year something else comes out that you're just like, great, Ric Flair. You got problems, buddy.
Yeah.
And so that's my potent notable list. So that's it. That's it for the olds.
That's the olds. Out with the old.
So what are you thinking for next week?
Next week we're gonna do news, and it's our favorite babies.
Right, that's horrible.
I don't know. You got anything in mind?
I got nothing in mind. Let me see if there's anything that I pull from this bucket. Hold on.
Yeah.
Don't look at my junk.
Nice junk.
Thanks. Can you see? I'm wearing green pants.
No, I can't. The way you are in the camera, I'm literally seeing half of your face right now. You're split down the middle. Yeah.
Cool.
That's gonna look great on the YouTube.
Yep. Oh yeah, Bishop told me to ask if you could put us in a split screen.
I'm gonna, you know what? I was looking at that. Obviously not well enough. I don't know if I can do it for this one, but possibly next week. So Bishop, I'll try. Yeah, because for whatever reason, if anyone has no idea what the hell I'm talking about, when we're recording here, it's showing us split screen, which is nice. But for whatever reason, on the YouTube, whoever's talking gets the full screen. So it's kind of weird if one of us is just like, "Yep," then it cuts back to you for a split. Yeah, anyway, what do you got?
You can pick from these 4.
Okay.
Canadians.
Okay.
Mexicans.
Okay.
Fat people.
Ooh.
Or little people.
I want to do little people. Let's do it.
Little
Canadian
people?
little people. Yeah. I was going to say either Canadians or little people. So what do you want to do? What do you think?
Let's do Canadians because I don't think I can name 3 little people.
Canadian little people. I'm going to try to do that. Okay.
All right, next week.
Wait, I'm sorry. Canadians. We're doing Canadians. Okay.
Favorite and least favorite Canadians. I'll say this. I just named one of my least favorites. So we'll see you next week with Bret Hart.
Oh, yeah.
My number 3.
The sharpshooter.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Later.